Thank you for having me here today. I'd like to talk to you all about my story, my journey with cancer, and how it relates to access to care, which is the most important issue regarding cancer today. My story with cancer begins in 2000 when I was 15 years old. I was visiting Yale on a school trip, and while listening to a keynote speaker, I had an extraordinary pain in my right testicle. And I thought, something isn't right. So I talked to my school advisor, and we went to the health center. Fortunately, at this time, as a 15-year-old student, I didn't have to worry about health care. I was under my parents' plan, and I was able to go to any health care, so we went to the health center at Yale, and they checked me out. And because of an injury I had playing soccer a few weeks earlier, they said, you know what, this makes sense, you know, that it's a hematoma, it's a blood clot, it's nothing serious, but just to be safe, let's get a blood test when you go home. So a few days later, I went home, I had the blood test, and at that point, it was out of my mind. A few days later, I was at school late one night with a club, and I came home about 8 o'clock, and I saw my parents sitting on the couch. And you walk in, and it's one of those feelings that you immediately know something is wrong. So my parents sitting on the couch, both of them kind of glossy-eyed, I looked at them and I said, "What's wrong?" They said, "Sit down." And they told me that the test that I had, the blood test, came back positive, and that I have to go into surgery tomorrow, the next day. This is a shock. You know, I'm 15 years old. What does that mean? 15-year-olds don't get cancer. But I did. So it was November 16th. I went in for surgery, and fortunately, I found it early enough. Testicular cancer. I had surgery, and that was it. And this November, I will be 8 years cancer-free. I was lucky in a number of ways. The first is that I caught it early. The second is that I caught it while I was in high school. College students face a huge issue today, and had I caught it 4 years later, I would have suffered from this. There is a student named Michelle who was a college student in New Hampshire. She was diagnosed with colon cancer while she was a student. Her doctors recommended that she withdraw from classes because of the inordinate amount of stress she would have because of her chemotherapy. As soon as she withdrew from her classes, her insurance company dropped her from coverage because she was no longer a full-time student. No one should have to make the decision about their own health. We should all have the ability to get health care whenever we need it. This is why we're supporting something called Michelle's Law. Senator Clinton is already a co-sponsor of this bill, and we are asking today that Senator Schumer become a co-sponsor as well. What this bill does is it does not allow insurance companies to drop any college student from coverage who needs to withdraw from classes because of a major medical reason. This is a very important access to care issue, and we need to let our legislatures know about it. One way that we can really get involved in the fight against cancer is by joining the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. And as you're here today, you can step over to the Fight Back Express tent and become a member for $10, or get a premium membership for $20 and also receive an American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network keychain. And another way that we can fight back is by signing the Fight Back Express. This bus is going to travel around the country, letting our Congress members, letting our senators know that we need them to take action in the fight against cancer. So if you all join me now in signing the Fight Back bus, and please stop by the Fight Back Express tent on your way out. Thank you.